Hi everyone, it's Alison from alisonmwood.com here today with a short video about understanding your stats, your analytics on your website, your blog, whatever your platform is. Now, I wanted to talk about this today because I was doing some training yesterday inside my Momentum membership site, and I realized that having a better understanding of your stats is going to help everyone to increase their traffic, understand what's working well on their site so they can do more of it, and in the process find more visitors. Now, many of you, whatever platform you're using, hopefully have some form of analytics installed. Maybe you're using Google Analytics, which is all fine. And if you want to think of this process using Google Analytics, then that's okay too. What I wanted to just mention is Clicky.com, because that is actually free for one website. There are some additional things you can do if you go the paid route, but you can definitely get started for free. And the good thing about it is it's super easy to understand. And I think sometimes maybe, however wonderful Google Analytics is, I wonder if sometimes the complexity of it slightly puts people off. And if those figures are not easy, if they're not accessible, then that can kind of make you not look. And that's of big detriment to your business, because if you can see what's working well, you are going to be better off in terms of getting more traffic. Okay, so let's dive in. So this one I'm going to be sharing with you is using Clicky, and I'm actually looking at my website pethooligans.com. Now, I wanted to do that because I didn't want to show you a marketing based, business-based site, because I thought that might not be helpful to all those people in different niches. So I thought I would just go for one that was, out there. The site that I'm talking about, Pet Hooligans, does not sell anything directly. How it makes its money is through affiliate marketing. So there are affiliate links in there to different companies that sell pet-based products. So that's how, if anyone wants to purchase, they click through. So basically it's an informational site. It's about pet care of all different kinds. So dogs, cats, small animals, rabbits, of course. So if you want to go over and just have a look at the site, you're welcome to do it. But what I'm showing you here is the back end. You don't need to see anything about the site, just to understand these, so I can show you how this can help you in your business. So first of all, let's come to the basics. Now, all these things I'm going to show you are snapshots that appear on the dashboard once you log in to Clicky. If you use WordPress, it's super easy to install Clicky using a plugin, but for those using other platforms, I believe there are different methods. So you would have to look at that and see whether there was something that was right for whatever you were using. And if somebody's built the site for you, you might just want to check in with them and see if they can add it in for you. So first of all, you can obviously change it to, looking at your traffic for a day, a week, a month, 3 months. So the first thing you'll see is your visitors over that time period. So that is the unique people coming to your site. The actions next off is how many pages people are looking for. So your actions, or what is sometimes known as page views in Google Analytics, is always going to be higher because there are going to be people that look at more than one of your pages. So you can see that my average is 1.1. So most people are only going to look at one page. Some will look at a good number, so that averages out in the middle there. The total time is everybody how long they've been on the site. I don't think we're worried too much about that. But the average time per visit is just under 2 minutes. Now the bounce rate is important because that tells you how many people immediately click away. If you've got a very high bounce rate, that means that people are arriving at your site, they are immediately thinking it's not for them and they're clicking away. Now you're always going to have some bounce rate because people are going to come to you through search. They're going to realize that it's not particularly right for them. You know, it hasn't got the information that they need. That's fine. They're going to click away. But if you've got a very high bounce rate, then that is telling you that there is something about the site that is making people click away quickly. So it could be that it's not an easy site to navigate. It could be that it's confusing when they first arrive at the site, and because there's too much going on, because it's too busy, they perhaps click away immediately. Or maybe what they're searching for in search, they think that what you're offering is a good match to what they're looking for, but it doesn't turn out to be that way. So always make sure that your descriptions on your pages, what's called the metadata, is very accurate. So obviously, we do go into that more in my momentum group, but there's other ways that you can, you know, have a look around. I've got some other information on my site on that. Okay, so next up, let's have a look at links. Now, this is where people are arriving at your site. So you can see there that we are on the incoming links. You can also look at where people click out to. So if you have got affiliate products, or you've got other things that you're driving people towards, maybe you're driving them towards an Etsy store or something like that, you can see what people are clicking out to. But these are the incoming people, so I can see that a lot of people are coming in through Pinterest, some through Facebook, some through a few different links that people have got out there that are linking back to my site. Now, this is also handy because you can go and look at those links and see why people are coming to your site through those. Have you been mentioned there? What's been said about you? So again, that's quite interesting and valuable information. So there, that again just tells you, it's helpful to know, because if I can see that a lot of people are coming through a certain pin, you can see there, I could click through, I could look at that pin, I could see what one it was, how it relates to my business, and I could create more pins like that because they're obviously proving helpful. People are liking that content and they're coming over. Now, this one is super valuable, and this tells you about the content on your site that people are finding really valuable. Now, this probably means that for these keywords of these posts, you are ranking well in Google or Bing or Yahoo, any of the search engines, and therefore people are finding you and you're clicking through. So that top one there, I'll stay as dangerous for your puppy. There's lots on dogs sneezing, bed bugs. You can see those are the sort of topics that people are coming because they're hungry for information on that. So they're clicking through to Pet Hooligans and reading about it. Now, how this is helpful is kind of twofold. Firstly, if you know that there is particular information that's helpful for your audience, why not create other information around it? And in a second, we'll have a look at keywords and I'll show you how you can do that. But also make sure that you are optimizing these very popular pages or posts well. Sometimes, for example, you'll find that your About Me page is very popular. So it's always worth putting onto those pages things that you want people to either do or look at. So if you're building a mailing list, and you really should be building a mailing list for your business because it's the best way of making sales, then what you could do is make sure that you've got an opt-in form for your newsletter at the bottom or somewhere on that page for people to click through and join your mailing list. You could also provide further information for them, free information for them to sign up to. So for example, that top one, I'll stay as dangerous for your puppy, I could do a checklist for like 10 ways to keep your puppy safe, something like that. So it could be things like making sure that they don't eat certain foods, you know, making sure that they're safe on journeys, those kind of things. I could create a simple PDF and I could put an opt-in form on my website so that if they want that additional information on keeping their puppy safe, and remember, we know these are people with puppies, we know that they're looking out for them, we know that they're probably going to be interested in more information, then they'll sign up for your newsletter in order to get that information. Now make sure it's good information, because obviously when they get it, you want it to be helpful to the person so they stay on your list. So you're optimizing it, you're making sure that it's either got an opt-in for your newsletter, maybe you add in a couple more affiliate products to that page, or you add in, if it was a page that would do well to drive people towards your personal products or services, then you make sure that you've got links on those pages, because you already know that you've got a lot of people looking at those pages, so really make the most of them. This can also be helpful to show you what's ranking well. So if you went in and you went to Google and you put that keyword in, are stairs dangerous, or stairs dangerous for puppy, you will see where you're ranking on Google. And again, that can help you, because it's a positive thing, can be quite motivating to rank well. And then you can look at some of the things that maybe have allowed you to rank well. Is there less competition around that? Could you do other articles that are along that line? You can see there I've got one on why is my dog sneezing. That ranked really well. There were obviously a lot of people looking for information on that. So I actually did a second post about how to relieve your dog sneezing. And again, that ranked well as well. So you can see that once you know what's ranking well, what pages are proving popular, you can do more of them. Now this next one is super interesting as well. Now at the top, this tells you what people are searching for as they arrive at your site. So what keywords are driving people through. Now, in the old days, I call them the old days of the internet, you could probably get more information from this, but a lot of people now have privacy settings on their browsers. Obviously, this doesn't give you any personal information about that person, but it does tell you the keywords that individuals are searching for to arrive at your site. Now many people now block that information, so you can see at the top it says secure search, and that is the majority. However, it still does give you some. You can see that people are looking for dog stuffy nose, my dog sneezes a lot. Obviously these are coming through because that's a lot of those posts that people are arriving on my site. But some of these you could then build new articles around. So maybe I've got why is my dog sneezing, but I could have a keyword I could use dog has a blocked nose, something like that, and you could create a whole new article using those keywords. Now obviously we're talking about pets here, but you're going to be seeing keywords that are relevant for your business, so you are going to build them around that. You could look at similar things that maybe drive people towards your products or your services and build information around that. Content marketing, so valuable for putting your products and services in front of people. So hopefully that's helpful. It also can, guide you towards what people are looking for, creating more content in that way. You can see there's guinea pigs there, so people are obviously looking for information on guinea pigs, so maybe you need to add more content on that. So hopefully that's been helpful. If you've got questions, you can always leave them below this video, or I'm also going to leave you a link to my free Facebook group. Now the other thing you can look at is location, so where people are arriving at your site from. This might be particularly of use to you if you are, trying to target a local area or a particular country. On Pet Hooligans, you can see the majority of people are coming from the US, followed by UK, Canada, Australia, which makes sense because they're all English speaking countries and my site's in English, but there's also people coming from other locations as well. So that depends how valuable that is to you. And obviously Pet Hooligans, I'm trying to reach out to people around the world. You might be wanting to target very much a country. And then lastly, again, this is hugely valuable. This tells you where your traffic is coming from. So for example, you can see on Pet Hooligans, most is coming through searches. So people are typing keywords into Google or the other search engines and arriving at my site. Then there's direct, so I've got links out around the internet driving people back to Pet Hooligans, that is the direct links. They're clicking on those. Then it's social media. Then it's other links on people's sites that they've shared the site or whatever. People are coming through that. Media searches, so it could be on YouTube or something of that type. Advertising, I do very little advertising for Pet Hooligans, so you can see that is very small, but if I was doing a lot of advertising, you might see that much higher. Now if you looked at my business marketing related site, I think it would be less direct searches, because Pet Hooligans has been going a long time. It's been going since 2009, so obviously there's a lot of links out there, there's a lot of content out there that people can find. My AlisonMWood.com site is much newer, therefore I think you would find that more people are coming via social media and direct links and things like that. But how this is helpful for you is you can see, I've already got people coming in through social media, and you can actually click on social media, and that then breaks it down into Facebook, Pinterest, etc. So again, you can even find which are the most popular platforms for you. So have a look at that, and then maybe if you know that Pinterest works particularly well for you, maybe because you're selling products, you can focus on Pinterest and make sure that you're putting your products out there regularly. So I hope that has helped. Clicky is a great source, or Google Analytics, they're both fine, but don't miss out on this valuable information that can tell you how people are finding your site, what they're finding of interest on your site, so that you can give them more of that, and you can give them further information. They're interested in particular topic areas, so you offer a free opt-in that you can then get them onto your newsletter. And even if they've come direct through a search, they've arrived cold on your website, if you didn't get them onto your newsletter, you might never see that person again. But if you do encourage them to sign up to your newsletter, you can then keep in contact with them going forward. You've got more potential for putting your information, your products, your services in front of them. So as I said, I hope that's been helpful. Any questions, leave them below or above this video, one or the other. There's going to be links to Clicky and also to my free Facebook group, so you can come over and join us there. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.